I would like to greet you all at the beginning of my remarks with my deepest regards. And I would like to congratulate the Republic Day. Some of us are with us here today, heroes of the inception of our republic, especially them and their grandchildren. I salute them all with my deepest regards. 1 century ago, the War of Independence was waged, which then thankfully triumphed thanks to the efforts of Gazi Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, and also I commemorate the memory of the members of the Turkish armed forces who fought for the independence of our country. Since the inception of our republic, many people have worked for the prosperity of our republic, and again, taking this opportunity, I commemorate their memory. Inside and outside our borders, many people have worked for the integrity of our land, the unity of our nation, and the perpetuity of our state. All our service people, all our police officers deserve our thanks. On behalf of myself and my nation, I would like to extend them our gratitude. Now, we are a nation who rose from its ashes at the War of Independence when certain powers tried to eradicate us. We still keep the enthusiasm of the times, and that still illuminates our way. Every success that we achieve in the region fortifies our commitment. The War of Independence was successful in the end, and the Republic of Turkey was founded, and we were a role model for many nations across the world for their independence as well. We thwarted the plans of imperialists that attacked Anatolia, and this is the reason of their fear. In the subsequent years, from the Balkans to Asia, we inspired many other nations in their bid for freedom. And our struggle today also is a beacon of hope for the oppressed, for the downtrodden all across the world. What we have experienced show that the Turkish nation's struggle for independence and its commitment for its flag and for its Atahan will never cease. Dear guests, Halide Edip, the famed Turkish poet, 10 days after the occupation of Izmir, held a rally at the Sultanahmet Square, and I echo the sentiments expressed at that speech. This is what Halide Edip said at the time. Dear brothers and sisters, dear sons, she said, our fallen soldiers, the memory of our ancestors, from our minarets, they are watching the catastrophe that we are in today. But in this historic square, our ancestors displayed great shows of courage and strength from one corner of the world to the other. Our ancestors fought and became victorious, and in their memory I hold up my head high and say that I am an unfortunate daughter of Turkish and Islamic history. I am courageous as my ancestors, but right now I feel unfortunate as a daughter, as a mother. And I bow in memory of the souls of our martyrs and ancestors, and I vow that the Turkish nation, whose limbs have been chopped off today, still retains its courageous spirit. And I testify that thanks to the immortal honor of my ancestors, I will continue to fight. For centuries, heinous Europe tried to wreak havoc in our homeland, and they have been engaged in unconscionable efforts on our homeland. But there is no Muslim soil that they can confiscate. If they were to hear that there are Muslim lands on the moon and on the stars, they would do their best to go and confiscate those lands. Some nations call us sinners. They establish their courts, but in actual fact, their sin is unpardonable, and the stain of this sin cannot be washed away, even by the entirety of oceans. In the face of this sin of Europe, the only raising voice today is the voice of the world of Islam. We need to get rid of the yoke around our necks, and your Muslim brothers and sisters are raising their voices for you, for your struggle. And I also would like to call out to our Muslim brothers and nations across the world. Our cause is a righteous cause, and our cause is to make sure that Turkey does not lose its independence. Turks will always take ownership of their history, their independence, and their rights, and we're never going to betray this struggle. May God help us in this regard. May God help us triumph during these trials and tribulations, and stand up tall against those who inflict cruelty upon other nations. We believe that they will be tried by the conscience of their own people as well. Let us all vow together. Let us all repeat together. Until the divine right of nations are recognized, we will retain excitement and enthusiasm in our hearts. The biggest heritage of 700 years of our history is our morality. And we make this vow under these crying minarets. We are not going to betray the morality of our flag and the significance of our flag. Yes, these words and the spirit behind these words actually encapsulate the spirit of our war on independence. And inshallah, with the same spirit, with the same excitement, we will bring Turkey to 2023, 53, and 2071. Dear guests, our civilization and our history put huge responsibility on our shoulders, but this is a glorious responsibility at the same time. There are not many states around the world who have had a ceaseless experience of statesmanship throughout centuries. We have a history, a heritage that spans over a huge geography, and many people try to make us forget about this history. They try to eradicate our history, and they try to start the calendar from today. They try to belittle our values, our faith, our culture. They try to annihilate them, and they try to sow seeds of discord between us and our ancestors. Thankfully, they all failed, and right now we are in a position where we refresh our memories about our history and where we embrace the heritage bestowed upon us by our ancestors. Instead of admiring others, we trust in ourselves. We work hard. We produce things. We develop things. We focus on accomplishments. And I hear the footsteps of a new generation. When I look at our young pupils, the shine in their eyes and the excitement in their voice actually compound our hopes for the future. Within this framework, starting with Manzikert all the way up to the War of Independence, We have been engaged in several struggles, and we need to learn about our struggles as best as we can, because this is our greatest strength. This heritage should be understood by all, otherwise we will not be able to understand 15th of July properly, or value our republic properly, or be cognizant of the history of the Ottomans or the Seljuks. In other words, without knowing about our history, we will not be able to build a bridge into our future. We are here for the 97th anniversary of our republic. At our National Library, we now have an exhibition which offers a segment of our struggle. The artifacts and documents displayed at the exhibition date back to the first few years of the War of Independence and the first few years of our republic. Right in front of the rostrum, we have one of the symbols of the Çanakkale War, the banner from our armed forces there, where Gazi Mustafa Kemal also fought. And Mustafa Kemal said, "I command you to die, not to fight." And as such, they made history, and they built the backbone of the motto that said, Çanakkale cannot be surpassed. Every year in Gelibolu, we have marches of gratitude, and we keep alive the memory of our service people who fought during that battle. And some of the descendants of our heroes from those days are here with us today, and that makes our exhibition all the more significant. For their participation, allow me to thank them on behalf of myself, my wife, and my entire nation. And I also would like to thank everyone who contributed to the organization of this exhibition, and greet you all with my deepest regards on this auspicious day. Thank you very much indeed.
Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımıza hitaplarından ötürü teşekkürlerimizi arz ederiz efendim. Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım, değerli konuklarımız, Cumhuriyetimizin kuruluşunun 97. yılı çerçevesinde düzenlenen bu programımız sona ermiştir. Sergimiz sizleri beklemektedir efendim, değerli konuklarımız. Milli mücadelemizin aziz kahramanlarını bir kez daha saygı ve rahmetle anıyor. Bu anlamlı programımıza katılımlarınızdan dolayı sizlere teşekkürlerimizi sunuyor ve sizleri Hakimiyet milletindir temasıyla hazırlanan Cumhuriyet'in 97. yılında milli mücadele sergimize iştirak etmeye davet ediyoruz efendim. Teşekkürlerimizi sunuyoruz tekrar. Sağ olunuz, var olunuz.